So there was a viral video that shows these two vehicles being involved in a careless and dangerous driving situation in Portmore. We have these two vehicles in custody right now, and we are in the process of administering charges to the drivers, and we have noted some issues with the vehicles wherein the owners are going to be held responsible as well.
Good day. This is the Stepping Razor, the art of war we have on it Thursday. Rainy Thursday, thunderous Thursday, lightning Thursday. We are going to until 5:45. Serious music from Baba, sorry, from Bonwela. Serious music from Bonwela. Very crucial. I tell you, the things that get better and it just go on, get go on, go down. When you hear a man hold a big gun and shoot a little 4-year-old. Terrible. Terrible. And we live in the same country, and breathe the same air. Crucial, man. Gun is just a normal thing to have now. In the early days, man used to walk with ratchet knife. Yeah, ratchet knife was the thing for walk with. But it graduated to gun. So, the gun's so prevalent now, me I tell you. It's easier to get a gun for buy now than ganja. Yeah. Easier to get a gun than to get ganja. So, the problem and the question is, where we're going to do about it? Because no amount of preaching in the church, no amount of talking on the radio, no amount of music we make, it no look like it will go down, really. You still you must have someone out there that is affected by what them hear as it relates to the positive flow of information, of music, of understanding yourself. But the good seems to be way behind. And the body's up front and it's running and pacing. But that not going to deter from doing what we do. We're not going to stop doing what we do. And we hope the one them out there know say, this is not the time now to give up. You have to do what you can do. Yeah, man, you have to do what you can do, man. Sometimes it look like, say, you're not doing nothing, but you have ones out there who hear the call and heed the call. And it's very important that we continue this journey of moving the people forward into a brighter light. Brighter light, no care what. Because the evil they away, you know, come from two sides, you know. Either come from where. So, from Jaline, like a hurricane. I tell you, and I feel just the water, the tunnel, no easy out there. Hey, watch your man. All the excitement. Every weekend, something going on at Jamaica now, you know. Yeah, man. Your people are apparent and say, when they listen to the radio, them, and looking at the newspaper, them, the amount of party where them see are going on in Jamaica. Them I wonder if I in a them party there, all them crime business are going on. But the people them are going them, and that is the thing, no, you know, nobody now say, well, I'm not going to Rasta because gunman. No. Place them cock. Replace them car. And trust me, man. Woman, them dress to push foot. For those of you who don't know what that term they mean, you have to ask your grandmother. Yeah, man, they dress up hard. I don't want to say dress again, you know, because nobody now wear dress again. Go nowhere. A pure panty. Panty and something will look like Brazil, them are wear. The man, them are go out in them underpants and mesh marry. And that's the fashion now. Yeah, nobody now have no style again, you know. Fashion, them have everybody. A follow fashion. Them knowing how the style. But the place busy rattler. Cause yeah, the bar just open back out of Rockfort there. And now things are keep over there already. Things are keep over there already, trust me. I'm not seeing a holiday there near, you know. But the amount of ad for this and the amount of ad for that. Unbelievable, it's like a holiday. Every day come like a holiday in Jamaica. Every day. Meanwhile, back at reality, we see the road them a mash up again. Anybody hear about the man where lick the man car back on Canton Spring Road there? Them lick the man car back and the man jump out of the car and pull him gun and box the brother in it. I tell you. And him lick the car back, you know. In the car there. And the man come out and carry him gun in him and box the brother. No way do that thing like that, no, because you don't expect that. And you're not wrong, because him lick you. I can't tell them say it. If you lick a man in him back, you need to drive too near, so you shouldn't lick him, so you're wrong. But that's the way they remember the other day when the man draw the woman out of the car and kick her up and turn her over and all sort of thing. I don't know you nothing more about that again. When pull her gun pan her, I don't hear nothing about that again. Some things slow, you know, slow. We will take a break and come forward. Yes, we are with you. I tell you, it's raining and thundering. But we are continuing the journey. Yeah, we are continuing the journey. You know, we have a public service announcement to make about Alan Skill Cole. You know, Alan Cole passed away as the greatest footballer ever come out of the Caribbean. Everybody know him as Skill Cole, everybody know him as Cherry. And we want to make sure, but we could play this song and line it up. Well, we're not going to do it now. We're going to do it after the sports. We're going to start about it after the sports. Okay. A roll like a war. We will talk about how the situation in Jamaica City where the party them sometimes prevent certain criminal activities. Yes, prevent certain criminal activities. The problem we have is that a long time I tell the people them say, you must stop play domino a bar door. Stop play domino a bar door and sit down in a bar like things is the same. Because when the man them come, them start to spray the bar them. And some people in there, it wasn't them intention to do it, but them no care. And we see a whole heap of people dead that way there. Just by being at a bar door or a corner. This is not the time now to stand up on corner with a whole heap of people and attack, because you don't know who in the crowd. A man did want him to shot him long time. And you stand up there, sometimes are you the man who no have nothing to do with nothing get shot. And the man who them a look for run gun. Prevent is better than to cure. You need to stay in your yard if you're not going to party, if you're not going somewhere. Stay in your yard. Most people have TV and now and Netflix and all them. There. Sit down in your yard and watch Netflix. Or if you want to sit down on your phone with a girl, sit down on the phone with a girl and talk to her. But it is not safe in these times to stand up a street side with all heap of man or sit down in a bar front, say you play domino and all them something there. Go around the back of the yard, go play the domino. You know, see, it's a them thing that we are talking about. Because really and truly, you're the first song we play. You know, see certain people that shoot certain people, you know. And the ones them in the garrison and get to them. You say I shoot one of them. You know, go to church garden, you know, you're not shooting a go on a church garden, Russell Heights, Beverly Hills, and all these places are Upper Mona and all them way there. At the same place them, in a certain area where poor people there, and the man them who do the shooting is not sufferer. Them not suffer because you see them when them go dance, you know, see them as sufferer. You know, say, because them have all people that send things for them, including gun. And them have all the latest fashion. And them women have all the latest fashion. So it's not like, say, them have fire gun because them poor. And because them not have nothing like them, no food in them plate. Them can afford to buy fully liquor and stand up on the corner too and put on the liquor upon the ground and everybody come take out a beer, take out a this, take out a that, or anything and all them something there. So we're in a serious situation. You know, when people talk about the youth, them need for work or else them are going to continue to do them crime. Some man don't want to work. When them know so them can't get certain money another way illegally and get away with it. Yeah, man. What, you see the woman where them catch that idea, where she had some criminal activity, and them things that we are talking about. Them things that we are talking about. She's the head of one gang. We need to take a stock. Prevent is better than to cure, not that you can't get to from everybody, you know, but you have to make sure so you're not involved in a certain thing. I know they know where a stray bullet lick you. Lick your friend. We're going to go for the news and sports and come back.
2 men were fatally shot and an illegal rifle seized during 2 separate but connected police operations conducted in St. Catherine this morning. Police say the operations relate to aspects of ongoing investigations into the recent multi-victim shooting incident in Commodore District, St. Catherine, which left 5 dead and 4 wounded. In the first incident, which occurred shortly after 5 a.m., a joint police-military team conducted an operation at Joe's Estate Knollis Bogwalk. Upon entering the premises, the team was confronted by a man armed with a rifle who pointed the weapon in the direction of the officers. The lawmen opened fire and the man was later pronounced dead. In a subsequent connected operation, another police team intercepted a vehicle in which several men were traveling along Grange Lane, also in St. Catherine. The occupants of the vehicle reportedly opened fire at the police. The gunfire was returned and 1 man was killed. Jamaica will join the global community in observing World Homeless Day tomorrow under the theme Bridging Gaps in Homelessness, Connecting Persons to Services and Community through Data Collection. This year's observance coincides with the ongoing National Homeless Survey, which runs from October 6 to 10. Secretary at the Board of Supervision, Trika Lewis, told GIS News that the survey was timed to synergize with World Homeless Day. She said it also seeks to provide critical data to guide for future policies and services for persons experiencing homelessness across the island. She further informed that to commemorate the day, the Poor Relief Department in each municipal corporation will host activities aimed at supporting persons experiencing homelessness and raising public awareness. In news overseas, U.S. President Donald Trump's deployment of National Guard troops in democratically-led sit-ins against the will of local officials is facing 2 key legal tests today. Court hearings are set to begin in Portland, Oregon, and Chicago, Illinois, where local leaders have sued the government, alleging the use of U.S. military on civilian streets is unconstitutional. The White House has defended the deployments, with Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying they are very confident in the president's legal authority to do this. Trump has previously sent the National Guard to Los Angeles and Washington, D.C., arguing the troops were needed to crack down on illegal immigration and crime. And finally, at least 13 people have been killed after an attack on one of the last remaining hospitals in El Fasher, a Sudanese city trapped under siege. According to BBC, 16 others, including a doctor and nurse, were injured after the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, shelled Saudi hospital several times on Tuesday night. A group of Sudanese medics has called the attack a war crime. The RSF has been besieging El Fasher more than 17 months, leaving hundreds of thousands of people stuck in the city facing starvation.
So we'll mention something about Alan Skill Cole. Them going to have a Thanksgiving celebration, and it lasts a couple of days. So we can read out what will happen if you want to go at one of these gatherings. You can go. So today, Thursday, October the 9th, at 5 p.m., the celebration will be at House of Dread. That's 3 Diner Road. People know Country Farm House, well, it's behind Country Farm House. House of Dread. There's a celebration keeping there. Today, Friday, October the 10th, at 6 p.m. to midnight, the 12th tribe of Israel at Hope Road. I know the 12th tribe of Israel congregate at Hope Road. So on Friday, which is tomorrow, there will be a gathering there, 81 to 83 Hope Road. Saturday, October the 11th, at 8 a.m., the earth will leave Perry's Funeral Home, and it will be going to Caymanas Park. You know, that man will love a mass race. 12th Tribe of Israel HQ, that was staying long there. House of Dread. All of these places, them going past. Why I'm supposed to tired when I'm done. I'm supposed to tired. Santos Football Club, 14 Diner Road Drive, 14 Diner Drive. And last night we just said the National Indoor Center, but we now hear that it is the National Arena. You will be at the National Arena, so that's Saturday from 9 a.m. drumming and viewing of Cole. 10 a.m. a musical tribute. And from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. the Thanksgiving service. And all of this will end up at Shooters Hill. All of that will end up at Shooters Hill. Interment at Shooters Hill. So we could go it again one time. When I say it again, listen carefully. Today, House of Dread, 5 p.m. Friday, 6 p.m. to midnight, 12th Tribe of Israel, at Hope Road. Saturday, October the 11th, the earth leave Perry's Funeral Home, and it go and go to Caymanas Park. And then it head to 12th Tribe of Israel HQ again, House of Dread again, then Santos Football Club, 14 Diner Drive, and then the National Arena. From 9 a.m. drumming and viewing of the body, 10 a.m. musical tribute, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thanksgiving service commencing, and then it end up at Shooters Hill Cemetery. So for those of you interested to take that journey, take it, you don't have to go everywhere. You know, you can go which one nearer to you. At least you're paying your tribute. I will be at the arena. I think them say I and Tommy Cohen will be hosting that musical tribute. Enough artists, I don't know how them are going to work out how much artists we see print on the thing. Couldn't even want to call out the amount of artists, but everybody want to give them little tribute. So that will happen in the arena. So if you want to be there, be there. He's a very, very important brethren to the landscape of Jamaica and what he did, what he has done for the sport of football. You know, he's one of the men them where end up in Brazil with Pele. Yes, and I mention Pele name, you know, say, yeah, you can't get higher than that. And we have Alan Cole, play football in Brazil. So, yes, I just saw it there. We want to listen up, top draw dollars, listen up, hot pick and cash pot, special pot draws. It's up next, like soon, very soon. No, say, in a year, rain go down and fall, you know. But people are coming and tell me about them road. You have a road there in a country there, in a Montego Bay, that at St. James, where people are calling and say, if me can mention it, you know, say, anchovy. We want to know anchovy, but anchovy, you have Mount Pele, you have anchovy. They must say the anchovy road there is a big, big problem. Meanwhile, the government, I say, oh, them fix road. A bridge. Yeah, brand new bridge. Over the other side. Why? We like the government, you know? No, sir. We like the government because meanwhile, you over here to a fake bridge over there, so. The people over here so complain, say, it's unbearable, the road, for France over go down, I'm over here. When they used to take them all 40 minutes, it's gone 2 hours now. Everybody are complain. And me now go complain, say the road on a long lane, a broke up again. No, you have to bear, if you're going to have to bear left. Because you have a long hole, well, you don't reach out deep hole yet, but the hole dead there. And going up the road now, you have so many different bob and weave you have to make to reach a Stone Hill. What is happening? Me carry what I call one of them people that go talk to them, you know. Because there's not, them can't go tell me now what that make me feel, say, yeah, them I do things right. Nothing. Terrible. Anyway, we see the long-awaited trial of once the Minister of Education, he was the principal for GSC and the Caribbean Maritime place out of airport here today. We see him case come up. Yeah, after so much years. It's so long, just like Tufton. Tufton case. I hear my show and I say, why? He's so glad that they didn't find any unlawful thing in a film, maneuvering. Yes, cause him have some money there and supposed to get out some work and him give him lady it. People say, oh, that possible? That sound like something not supposed to happen. So him feel good for no say. What you say? Me know say never did that happen no tight, you know. No, never did that happen. You know, this thing with them that have around the island about bringing help to the people, they move. Him was responsible for it, but there's certain part aspect of it where them give out certain work for do to certain company, and one of the company them was run by I want to say lady, you know. Yeah, I want to say lady. Yes. And people find it very out of place. Film game lady, the job. Millions of dollars too, you know. I don't know, they call $100,000 or millions of dollars. Because I know them people don't do things where $1,000, you know. Them do things in a millions. Well, it's a long time now, you know. Because I remember, I from me down a watch, you know. Me do 2 of them program there. One in a Ochi and one in a St. Mary. Port, St. Mary, we did go do it. And the way the thing go, Me I say, no, 3 of them me do. What me I talk about 2 of them? 3 of them me do. One in a Port Antonio, one in a Port Maria, and one down at Ochi there. The money did I run. And they were talking them I bring good this and good that, healthy living, exercise and all them something there. And me I tell, hey, one time I say, Fulton and New York around around the marathon, you know. Yeah, around the marathon one, I tell you. So, really and truly, you know, certain things that are going around the scene when nobody never know, but it come out. And it come out, and this is during, after COVID or during COVID, during COVID. I don't remember when though, but it's a long time. But it just come up. Just come up in a case now. And him get off at the criminal charge. But him get off with alcohol warning and him admit and I say, boy, him so happy that them never find no unlawful thing in it, but he will try to buckle up. That's how I say. I hear him on the radar, he will go buckle up and make the thing more tighter to work with. You know, so me know him never did that happen still. Me know, you can't tell that. Because these people, most of them is never, alright, watch the other brother now, where them yard how long now, and him case just call up. We're going to see what's going to happen now. With all the money, where them put in a bank, and him get the help of them to put money there, so, and him get this one to put money here, so, and all them really. And now, the case come up. A long time. Long time. So we're going to see what's going to happen to that one. Yes. People, them, buckle up, because you have some other ones that, you know, we still not call up yet, you know. Some other ones we not call up yet. 3-story building just fall down for everybody. Fall down for everybody. So all of them rubble there. Bodies, pan top of bodies, under the rubble. Anyway, I could see what happened with that. Because, you know, say, Donald Trump, I look forget the Peace Prize. You know, the Norwegian, them have a thing where them give out Peace Prize to people. And he might lab himself feet. Yeah, he might lab himself feet, you know, because I'm saying stop how much wars and how much weeks since him there. This supposed to be him cap. The problem with this now, you know, is that them elect the person already before this thing, them broke this peace thing, them elect it, I think, a Monday to the hour, Thursday. A Monday, the committee where do these things elect it already. And a Wednesday to the Thursday, Wednesday. A Wednesday, them come together and say, them are going to hold ceasefire. That means by Tuesday, them elect the person. Nobody don't know yet. Maybe tomorrow morning, the whole of us will wake up and know who get it. But, hey, Donald Trump no easy, you know. You see if him no get it, if him no get that thing there, you know, you see all the people them who involved in that. You see how now we who responsible for certain things up there. Trust me, man. Him no easy at all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know, take a phone call, but I can't do it at all. Believe you me. Anyway, look here. One advertisement up at the top say, oh, people used to hide them money under them mattress. And now them are telling them must go carry it to a bank. Well, let me tell you something, man. Me and my granny used to go a market when she sell down a Coronation, and she come home and she put her money in her tide and put it under the mattress. she not go in a bank. And nobody know in the house trouble the money. And we know so the money there. She never miss money yet in the house. When she tight on and it put tight in her tired and put on the mattress. Now people are go a bank and I lose their money. So tell me something now. How that go? How that go? 6 or 1.5 dozen of the other, the same thing. But I know the same thing really. Because you have whole heap of people are ball out now. Say, them a lose their money in the bank. The youth, them a scam money left and right and take out your money, millions of dollars. We just say about 3 of them with them all. So, this argument about your money safer in the bank, is it? Is it really safer in the bank? I don't know about that. But everyone will take the chance and put it in the bank. And the people, them, they don't know when these guys going to attack your bank account. And that is where I go on at Jamaica. Yeah. That is going on all over the world. Them figure out a way how to get in your account. So, I don't know if it's a bad thing to put your money out of the mattress or put it in a one tin and dig up one hole under one tree and put it in it. Because all people used to do it. I mean, if I hear nobody a ball, so they might lose their money. Anyway, that is the next argument. So I remind you about the People's Court at 4 o'clock. You know, so they don't want to take 2 calls for hear what the people them want to say. I don't know if anybody out there want to call before 4 o'clock, you know. Call before 4 o'clock, come to hear what you say. We'll have to tell you about this man named Sir Lenny Henry in England there. He might claim, I think, $16 trillion, trillion pound for reparation for the black people them in England. Named Sir Lenny Henry. Claiming 16 trillion, not billion, $1 trillion for reparation money for the blacks them in England. And we also here, listen to this one, you know, in another, you know, say, these vegetarian food, them have some food, you know, where them call it names like burger, you know, hot dog and all them something there. Well, in another island, them a ban plant-based food that sell with the name, with the meat name. Yes, them a outlaw food that is plant-based and sold under meat name. That means you can't have a food make out of vegetable and I call it hot dog. Them want to hear me hungry. Them want to get me hungry. Go hear how my brethren call him recipe them, the food them. Make the same thing like them, but call it a different name. Like how him say me hungry, you know, the Jamaican style. You know, pleaser instead of pizza. Yeah, my pleaser. So them want something like that. Maybe them should have call him up and pay him for do certain naming for them. Anyway.
The National Land Agency helps landowners register land through its systematic land registration program. The time by the NLA is...
The time is 14 minutes to 4 o'clock. Yes, yeah.
Good evening, Mota.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
All right.
You don't have no long talk today, do you know? No,
something slipped me now, man. I was one thing. Me said the Prime Minister must be... Them I think, we're not sure if it's implemented yet, but if them find water going in your house for 50 years, you have any idea about that?
Yeah, them I say, yeah, but them I fight get the people them who supposed to make a difference. I say, warm to the little, like if you're going to make a movie, and you have the gun to make a movie, you know, I mean, yeah, them want to do that. I think it did there, you know, that them want to do it, you know, I think it did there.
Yeah, because if them find an imitation gun, them classify it as real firearm, which I find that very ridiculous.
No, them not fight, them not say a real firearm, you know. Them must say, you can't stick up a man with a imitation gun, you know.
No, most of them are charged the same way like a firearm.
Yeah, me know that.
Crime with it.
Me not agree with it.
Me not agree with it neither. I can't understand if you do a crime with it. Because when I tell you, you know...
Wait, no. Them are looking into it to say, if you commit a crime with a fast gun, you will get the same penalty with the man who have the real gun. If it's a thing where you have a gun, if you go act movie, or if you do some kind of theatrics thing, you know, they might look into it to see what the possibilities, all the possibilities.
Well, the impression I get more is that if you, because I have 2 water going up on my house, you know,
when I come look for you.
So that more often if you come in at my house and stand, oh, you charge me for a real gun.
No, I'm not charging for real gun. But they are thinking that their mind say you can't use that same gun there to hold up somebody.
But I'm saying, look, guys here, do everything to do with poor people is a problem. I'm going to tell the crime there. I want to know what is it. That's why when there was something about the police, them I give out them rank, and somebody say, well, all right, what is the rank? What is the indication I will look for the police or us? I know what I'm saying. I am saying to the Prime Minister now, Andrew Wallace, and the Governor General get 34 million or whole heap of millions of dollars. I want to know what is the charge of chairman of the cabinet where minister charge too much money, how much money, Mr. What is it you want to implement to tell that man, say, if you go overboard, this is what's going to happen. I want you come out with something now for your minister them. Everything are for poor black people.
Yeah.
Everything. And you're being unfair, Mr. Prime Minister, you're your governor, you're your friend. I want to know what is it you are going to implement now for your MP them. We're thief, period. A $3 trillion can't give account for just dead so. You just dead like when you click on Goliath. Andrew Wallace, what are you going to put in Parliament next week to tell your ministers that when I get good salary? We are pure of entertainment.
You remember him did say him not tolerate no corruption in his government, you know. And now even the foreign people them who deal with corruption, I say Jamaica depend the high leaks of corrupt countries.
Thank you, Muta. I heard that.
Anyway, we have to move.
So I feel the way we implement next week for your minister. That's our Muta. That's nice, my brother. Cool.
And one of the things that me really want to hear the Prime Minister come out and deal with is what is his stand on the Israeli genocide and South Sudan genocide. Because we don't hear them take it up. This government don't take up that as part of them thing. We hear Myanmar come out as a smaller island, come out and give, stand up for it, stand up and declare for yourself. Well, this man who is the head of, I think him at the head of CARICOM, stand to be corrected. What is his stand on what is happening in Israel? Yes, or what had happened in Israel since we have said there's a ceasefire that going to take place. Anyway, next caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Muta.
Yes, President.
Mr. Universe.
I mean, why you, man? Nobody can't say no you that. Are you that, man? Unless it's an AI. Maybe it's an AI, you know.
Hey, Muta, you think you're easy?
Identify yourself. Maybe use an AI. I don't talk to AI upon this program. Identify yourself.
Muta, you see, Muta, Sunday the 19th, Westmoreland.
Yeah.
You know, we are touching on the place, man.
Where you bring for me? A long time you don't see me. Where you bring for me?
No, you have to talk where you want, because you don't know. Me, I got it there for sure, because I'm not coming at the afternoon, but anytime like after 5, because you know, me not
yeah, man, we're going to do the man. We're going to do the
Me know, man.
Because the show will go on after that.
Yeah, man, I know, because the outside broadcast I got in at 4 p.m. So yeah.
Which
so where you want the president to bring?
Huh?
Never did it, because I have to be there. Never there all over.
You go there all over?
Yeah, man, I go there certain places, because I have some little things to deal with before night, because you know, me not night catch me really out the road in the motor.
Why, you're dopey?
No, man, you can't manage the night dew anymore sometimes in the motor.
You can't manage the night dew?
No, yeah, we have to cut it down a little bit.
Eh?
Mm-hmm.
What, made sick you?
No, man, because you know, motor, you know, right now, Muta, we have to take care of ourselves, health, and get enough rest.
So when night you are going to do with you? When night you are going to do with you? That's secure. That may I ask you.
No, man, you not do nothing, but we have to
you
get
have to take care of yourself, and then I say you now walk at night because night do. Like night
we
do
not
so.
sleep at night, Joe, and so at a certain time we just cut off the road and go get rest, exercise in the morning because, so by a certain time we exercise start.
Am I afraid people still say you're turning a vampire,
Anything you want to Muta, anything I say go.
Yeah,
man.
All right, man. Looking forward to seeing you down there. A long time,
Definitely. Yeah, man, definitely. I will be there, Muta. Definitely. And all again, right. Muta, what we want to talk about right now, too, Muta.
You know, a long time to talk, though,
Yeah, because 4 o'clock.
Yeah, and them have a whole heap of things that go on this program.
Yeah, man. So, anyway, Muta, big up yourself. The 19 Kabu, everybody will see what is going on. Yeah. You don't want to go to issue, we will not talk about that same way thing, but I saw you go. If anything in government, so we'll go and work with you and watch what him going to deal with.
But you're government, man?
The government, yeah, it's my government.
Oh, you mean, yeah. They know you did attack, say, ship from PNP to JLP.
No, so my government and do one is third term, one bro got one PM.
No. You was PNP and you ship from PNP to JLP.
Yeah, not Muta, I'm a JLP.
Then we're not going to
yeah, but we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there.
Alzheimer's, Me not have Alzheimer's,
Muta, have a good day. Have a good day, Muta. See you on the 19th. Mr. Universe, up.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. I can put on the papers, them write as a time. Good afternoon, bossy.
Good afternoon.
Yes, let me park up the vehicle. One time I hear talk, and you ask me, say, we don't talk about the Israeli president. See? And him did say, I'm saying, I don't want to hear that unless he must say peace and unify the thing. So, say it named Nobel Peace Prize. So, what you mean, say, if the man go down there, yesterday in the report, me the man, I say, come on, speed up on the foot. Yes, down the foot. Israel I celebrate, Palestinians can go celebrate side of them to hope them, no. But I mean, the backdoor thing again, So, him forget it, say it's a top.
If he say forget it?
Yeah.
No, but one thing compared to the other things that we don't know, I don't feel so.
I don't know, At this time now, remember Muta did that a pivot now where the man.
No, you asked me one question, you asked me a question and I answer,
Yes, because
so nobody bring up
we
other things.
Really enough for them I say them could go help them negotiate and see if they compete them and all the infrastructures where they damage daily. All right. Them say, I don't know, if he must go share it then.
Share it with who?
What do you mean? With Mattis, too, I go say, him
who share it with who?
With the same president of Israel. The France, the way the president.
Wait there. Netanyahu must get Peace Prize, Nobel Peace Prize.
Me just ask if probably.
No way you ask me that, it sound like you say yes.
He make a move to
make a move to after you match up a whole country and do all of that, you tell him must get Peace Prize, but what if deserve to get Peace Prize?
Yeah, said Trump want to do it single-handedly, so me I wonder who...
No, so wait, you tell me no, say, no, serious, you're not serious.
So, you know, want your Peace Prize to fit the year, I say.
You say you're not serious, man.
So you don't want a Peace Prize,
Netanyahu must get Peace Prize?
Well, no, I'm not going to get it, so.
No way I say that for you.
But that's a next joke.
No, man, you can't make no joke that way, man. We have to move here, though.
Quick space, yeah, man. But I have 2 more things that we do want to talk to you about, But me give a round of applause to Trump, because the hospital, man, the elderly, them down there kind of celebrate now. So, for the evening, me not pay my toll, so me gone down to Israel and Palestinians.
All right, so me gone to that. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the law of man against the law of a woman. If there's a discrepancy in the law that it take off for the man them more than take off for the woman them, especially when it deal with child support and all them something like. We have a guest, Simone Gardner. She's an attorney at law and the managing director of S.A. Gardner Law. She's a civil and commercial litigation law firm with a specialty in the area of family law. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I am doing quite okay. Quite okay.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Sound like I know you too, you know. The voice.
You probably do. I feel like I know you too. I've seen you all around.
No, so make it sound like me everywhere. Me all around.
You're a prominent public figure, you know, of course.
Okay. All right. So you want to know. Tell me about the law and as it relates to man and woman. You think it's the same thing as it relates to either access to children, if you go to a court with a child and you think that them treat the man less, worse, them favor the woman more? Tell me.
All right. So generally the law tends to be gender neutral, right? Which means that the primary consideration of the court, especially when it comes to children and maintenance, is the welfare of the child or the best interest of the child. We have an act called the Children, Guardianship and Custody Act, which says that if an application is made either by the father or the mother, right, the court can make an order for maintenance as it deems, for custody as it deems fit, and it can go to either of the parents, having regard to the welfare of the child. Now, when you think about the welfare of the child, you're thinking about different considerations. You're thinking about their overall happiness, the wishes of the child, the religious needs of the child. You're thinking about the educational needs of the child, and you're also considering which of the two parents is better able to facilitate that. So, for instance, one parent lives in a one-bedroom house and there are 3 children, right? And that one-bedroom house, it just have one big bed. So where all of the rest of them are going to sleep, especially when you have a mixture, it's not just all girls. And if the father, for instance, probably have a 5-bedroom house where each child would be able to have their own room and they look at the amenities and all of that stuff. So when I say the law is gender neutral, I'm saying that it's not favoring the mother over the father. It's not favoring the father over the mother. And let me put it in a context where we would generally be able to understand in our culture. Generally, it is understood that in a relationship, say, for instance, the man earns more. Then there is going to be an inference that because the man is earning more, he would be the one that would get custody of the child because he has the finances to facilitate that child's needs. But remember, it's not just one thing. It's not just whether that parent can contribute more financially, because what if the father is abusive, for example, and the child doesn't feel safe with the father? So that goes back to the wishes of the child as well. So it can go in different directions, and it all depends on the circumstances of each case.
So them go in a court and say, talk to the child first and say, tell me something, don't tell your mother or your father, which one you want to live with. Them not do it like that.
They consider the wishes of the child, yes. That is
but
one
they
of
consider the wishes of the child, and the father have a big house and the mother not a big house, but she have a man differently. I mean, why they wouldn't deal with the child?
That will have to be assessed, because when you look at the best interests of the child, when you're looking at something like that, the court is saying, all right, what is going to generally promote the mental and physical health of this child? So, yes, I did mention that the wishes of the child is important, but that is not the only consideration. Just like how, all right, Jamaica, we live in a matrifocal society, which means that in more cases than not, you will find that the mothers are more emotionally connected to the children, right? But just because we have that type of society doesn't mean that it is automatically to the mother. So it's different considerations. The wishes of the child is one consideration. The living condition is another consideration, because one bedroom house for so many children is not going to necessarily be a good state for them. Say, for instance, that one bedroom house is 3 miles away from where those children go to school. And the 5 bedroom house that the father lives in is just down the block from where those children go to school. You're looking at also displacing the children and taking them up from what they're used to. Say, for instance, the parents used to live together, right? And the father moves out to a different space. So the father moved to the United States, for instance, and all of the child's family lives in Jamaica. Cousin, auntie, uncle, siblings, everybody that they know is in Jamaica. And then to move to the United States means that it's going to be displacing them, it's going to be carrying them outside. And then you think also about the medical considerations of that child. Does this child have the structure physically to be able to move or to be uprooted from one space into another space and to be thriving comfortably? Suppose a child is suffering from a certain condition where predictability is the best thing for them and their comfort. To take them out of that space just like that, just because, living with a father or whatever, is not necessarily a good decision. So it's not just one thing. It's not just the house. It's not just the wishes of the child. It's not just the finances of the parents, or even it's not even gender-based. So I know that our society generally has it, especially the men in our society. They have it that the court system is not in their favor, and a man have to work twice as hard to see them child after the breakup, and that's not how it's supposed to be.
But it's true,
right?
Though. It's true.
Why would you say that it's true?
Yeah, man.
I want
true,
to hear
man.
your feedback about that.
Because they would have give the... All right, when me live, my mother... Me never know my father to no levels.
Okay.
Right? My father did when me a 8-year-old. My mother and my father never lived together, but me they with my mother most of the time. And my mother bring me up. Now, them days there, nobody not care, nobody got court. See them really. But if somebody come to me now and I say, if my father did insist, say, me must come live with him and think. Mother chose my mother not because my father might be not capable, but me feel more attachment to the mother. Yet still, me and my mother live in a one house. Me and I sleep in the same bed. See it? A one room, not house, one room we live in a.
I know you made a true word, pan Muta.
No, me never say a true. You don't know me, so you can't. Me not say a true. No, man, I tell you my lifestyle, my life. My life is that me and my mother live in a one room for years.
Right.
See? And my father come there when he want to come there. And him carry me go up on my granny, which is female mother. I will live up there sometime for a weekend. We go to market with her, go sell and come back. And then we're there. And my mother is the one who send me go to school and all them something there. Now, if me did go in my yard and see certain things, and me say, some would want to live with my father more because, the court, what the court that take into consideration, because me and my mother live in a one room, my father never lived in a one room. My father lives in a more than one room.
Well, remember, it would have to be an application. An application would have to be made to the court, right? Now it sounds like your parents already had a structure in place. It sounds like a sole custody structure that your mother had with you, but then there was liberal access that your father had to you. So they already set up a structure in themselves that it seemed that structure was working, and you don't know necessarily the discussions that were had behind the scenes.
No discussion never go on. No discussion never go on, man.
No discussion at all?
No. Because my father did want to take me and carry me go a female mother go live, which is my granny. Jonestown. And
but was your mother, were you at danger? Was your mother a danger to you?
No, my father wasn't a danger to me neither.
So why did he think it was necessary to take you away from your mother? Why did he think it was necessary to take you away from your mother?
Me and I live in one room. And him no feel same people if you live in a one room that way there, So him feel say mother better have a better house arrangement if me go live with my granny.
And I agree with that too, because if you were to bring it to court, if your father were to bring it to court and to argue and to say that he doesn't think that this is promoting your physical health or overall well-being to be staying in a space like that, then that is something that could be considered.
But suppose me want to live with my mother.
So, but that's the thing. That's the thing. It's not just one element isn't going to overpower the next element.
How the court are going to decide it? How the court are going to decide that?
One factor doesn't overpower the other factor. So money is not necessarily going to overpower the fact that one parent having more money than the other don't overpower that. The wishes of the child is important, but it also doesn't overpower what is best for the child, if you understand what I mean. Yeah. Say for example, and I'm just stepping outside of your context a little just to give you a different understanding. Yeah. Say for instance, your mother earns so much less than your father and wasn't necessarily able to take care of you. You know that the court can make an order or rather indicate that, all right, let us do an assessment. Let's do a means report. That's what they call it. To see how much it is that the father is earning and how much he can reasonably contribute to the child. So when you look at it, it's an objective test. It's not going to be just a single factor test. You may want to stay with your mother because you're more emotionally attached to your mother. But what if the court says that, okay, we understand that he loves his mother and we understand he has a closer attachment to her, but let us look at the bigger picture. So why I mentioned even that's the financial aspect of it is we may often feel like custody is just a one-size-fits-all thing. And, the judge just geared the picnic because she a woman, or the judge just keen the picnic because he have more money, or the judge just decide for put the child in state care because they want to break the families apart. But that's not what it is, because the court system is there to ensure that the balance of society or the social fabric of society is maintained. Because I don't know if you recognize, but having a strong family structure is a foundation. Yeah, a lot of times persons that are walking around very brokenhearted, very, very dejected in life and aimless is because they didn't have the right start.
And turn criminal too.
Right.
Turn criminal, they never have a strong family structure.
Never have a strong family structure. And that's not to say that they're not destined for great things in life, But the court has an obligation to society to make sure that when it comes to children, because there was a video, where there was a gentleman that was complaining that on TikTok that he and his partner broke up and they both have gone their separate ways, and she bring him to court and for the child, and he showed up and she was not there.
Yeah,
he had to take
time off
time off from work and all of that stuff. And he's saying that, listen, this is so unfair. But the court generally says that, okay, when you're looking into the welfare of the child, you're considering this. And generally there's more leeway, I find, in matters that involve children than not. Why? Because the court wants to make sure that all of the T's are crossed and all of the I's are dotted. And if it is that the mother isn't there or wasn't able to show up for whatever reason, then the session would be adjourned and the court will look at those considerations. But the family structure is extremely important, right? And so a judge will do what it takes to ensure that it is preserved. And that is why you have something called both sole custody and joint custody.
Yeah.
In sole custody,
I was talking to Simone Gardner, attorney at law. We talk about fear or unfair, the treatment of women and man as it relates to child custody, having the child. Which one of them is more suitable to have the child? She's saying that the court will decide depending on questions that is asked as it relates to the man and the woman and the child. All right, yes, you was going to say, I don't know if you remember what you was going to say.
Yes, I remember, but I want to wrap up and directly address your question. You said that what if you prefer to be with one parent that just have one bedroom and it's you and that parent sharing that room and that bed. Now, remember, when I said that the wishes of the child would be considered, it also depends on the age and the maturity of the child, because the considerations of a 12-year-old or a 13-year-old child, based on their age and maturity, would carry a different weight than maybe like a 3-year-old child, right? So the child's preference is important, but it's not decisive. The emotional attachment that a child has to one parent is important as well, right? And the court will carry weight, but it's everything mixed into one that will make the final decision. For instance, the stability of the home. Suppose your mother lives in a home that, all right, is one bag of chaos. Maybe she have a new partner and it's not very stable. You know what I mean? That is critical, And I would see the stability of the home as even more critical than the child's preference and even the child's emotional attachment to the parent. Financial ability and educational support is important, and as well as the conduct of the parents, the past care and conduct of the parents. Because what if you have a parent in one of the two parents that is aggressive when it comes to disciplining the child? All of those things are taken into account. So, like I said before, it's not a one-size-fits-all thing. It's something for you to present your case to the court and for the other parent to present their case and to create a history, basically, or tell a story about why it is that they are better suited. But the type of custody also depends on the relationship that the parents have with each other. Because if you have parents that are not able to sit down in a room and to come to an amicable agreement where the child is concerned, then joint custody is basically out of the question, right? Because in order for you to have joint custody, you have to make sure that there is some form of structure in place where, for instance, you pick up the child at 6 p.m. on a Friday this week and you drop them off 6 p.m. on the Friday of the following week. The parents have communication on WhatsApp. They pick up the call when either the parents call, then pick up the phone. Both of them in the class group chats, and they're able to show some level of maturity where the child is concerned. And a lot of parents aren't at that level just yet. So when you look at the conduct of the parents too, that also determines whether or not the court will consider joint custody or sole custody. And when you have sole custody, it don't mean that that child is just going to see one parent and the other parent get knocked. That's not what happens. What happens is you can have sole custody with primary care and control going to one parent, and you have liberal access to the other parent, which means that similar to your situation growing up, you can live with your mother, and then you have the father that can come and visit whenever it is reasonable. Right? Or maybe can come and visit on weekends. It depends. You can come and visit on the weekends. It all depends on what makes sense.
Yeah. And it all depends on the judge.
Right, but it also depends on the parents. I don't think we
never said it depends on what I say.
It depends on the parents, man. We need to live good with each other.
Yeah.
And realize that the child is what matters. It's not me and you, It's both of us coming together to figure out what is best for the child, because you remember a lot of us, grow up in emotionally mature spaces. A lot of us want to make sure that we would overcome those things of the past and break generational curses, right? And the only way for you to do that where family is concerned is to see past the differences of me and you, and look at what the child is going to experience. Because for us, this is our everyday life, and for them, it's a core memory, This is the memory that is going to carry through to adulthood. And this is what is going to determine their attachment styles in their own relationships.
Well,
so it's bigger than me and you.
I can tell you something. My grandmother, which is my father's mother, did want me come live with her. When my father dead,
Where is that?
Where?
Why is that? So it seemed like the father and the grandmother wanted to live with the grandmother.
Because she never liked my mother.
Oh, boy.
She never liked my mother. I don't blame my mother live. You know, see, but true, she always tell me, say, you see when them call me Rai, them say, you see when Rai can't take bus, he may go take bus, come up here and left you down there. I tell my mother. Yeah, and me didn't love go up there to you, because what now, when me go up there, me have two cousins living there, up there. Me see all sort of thing are going up there. Me can play marble and make kite and all that. Them go and market with her on Friday and come up back Sunday morning. My mother now, she just... Yeah, me love that. My mother now, me and I just... They are the house. And she do what she's supposed to do. You know, go, which part we are going. She carry me go a movie, Palace, Gate, Rialto and all them places. So, me never had no problem with living my mother, but my granny was insisting that me should have come up there, come live, should have prefer me up there, we live down, go live with that the woman there, you know, so. It end up I live with my mother still, straight up.
Right. Put her foot down.
Yeah, me mentally live with my mother, but me still go up there on weekend. Me go up there on weekend, me go up at Jonestown on weekend, you know, when I go to school. And she make my mother make me go up there. She never have no problem for me go up there. You know, so no father never in between me and she, my mother and me, and a father, you know, me never have no father to say, this is my father. Me never have no reason with my father yet. Me don't know him mind, me don't know what. All me know say, him work a public service, and him come along there when him want to come along there. We live down at Tex Lane. By the way, me used to some gunshot fire down at Tex Lane yesterday. Anyway.
Oh boy.
we go down at Tex Lane. And me love go down there. Because we did have rectory, Roman Catholic over, so my father them used to show a movie. You know, you have George's, St. George's School, we go over there, go watch football and all them really. So we never had no problem. It's just that now me I wonder how the judge come to the assessment. You tell me how the judge come to the assessment, you know. But me don't know if me as a little boy, you know, 7-year-old, 8-year-old can tell a judge say, me prefer stay with my mother, or me prefer stay with my father. And then he might go assess situation and say, he might go send me go to my father, he might go send me go to my mother. Because if me want to go to my mother, father, and him say me must go to my mother, a pure miserable business that I'm going to make arguments with my mother and, you know, feel bad, say, you know, me did want to go to my father and the judge bring me down here, so I never want to see you down here, so I try to figure out how you draw the line there, so, you know, it's a weird situation.
But I have a question for you now. You said your father would visit you when he feels like, was it that?
I want to tell you, me, my visit, my mother, my visit.
There weren't restrictions.
Eh?
Were there any restrictions by your mother to say that?
No, man, she and him never have nothing. No, man, she and him never have nothing, man. He come there when he want to come there, and left when he want to left. And there was no problem between my mother and my father, no problem.
No, you wish you could have seen him more?
Eh?
Is it that you wish you could have seen him more?
No, me no business if him come there or not. Me not think about, you know, if me not see him more. Me not have them psychological imbalance there when me live with my mother. You know, me just live with my mother, you know, and 7-year-old, 6-year-old, me live with my mother. Me run up and down, play marble and all them something the same way. You know, me never have no indifference against my father because me not see him regular and him something. Me see him when me see him and, you know, I just saw, but me live with my mother. You know, but me know say, if you go to court now, them go to say, boy, the little youth can't live in the house with just you one and your mother in a one room. Because my father at Jamaica Public Service him work. And really and truly, he might make more money, obviously. And him have house. You know, so the mother likely more than say, boy, the situation seems as if it's a better the son go to the father. I mean, I don't know.
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Because remember, even if your father is earning more, the judge can always say, okay, because remember, it's not just custody by itself, it's custody and maintenance that go hand in hand. So whenever a custody goes to one parent, the court would generally make a maintenance order to say that the child is supposed to get a certain amount of money on a monthly basis to make sure that or on a weekly basis to make sure that the standard of living that the child experiences with both parents, that they maintain that standard of living. It's not supposed to drop if you go to live with a parent that earns less.
Yeah, well, it never going to drop if I go with my father.
Mm-hmm.
It never going to drop because I earn more money than my mother.
Right, so that's why I'm saying it shouldn't make a difference.
Yeah, but the judge could have said, boy, right now, the mother now earn enough and she live in a one room and all them something there, tenant yard and all them thing there. And the man have earning money, him live in a nice little house, him have my granny who live up which part she live and she have her own house, collect rent and all them something there. So, you know, it would look like a better situation if I go with my father.
It could be a better situation depending. That one bedroom house that you're living with your mother, is it in a community where that has a lot of violence in it?
No, my watch them days and no violence about man. A text lane.
Okay.
I know a text lane. I just last time I used a man shoot up on a text lane. A text lane me used to live when my father did. A text lane. So it's not like say people are run gone, this are run go, this are run go. So we dey on the road late at night and I play all sort of thing we are play upon the road, you know. But me don't know if a man can sit down in a judge seat and decide, say, you know, me must go live with my mother. If me no want to go
somebody has to do it.
Yeah, well, I'm me I go do it and me are the picnic. No, me are the picnic, man. It's me at the cars and everything. Anyway, you know, so we have to move though. We have to move.
Okay.
We're going to have to bring you back. Yeah, but we have to move. Give thanks, yeah?
Yes, man. It was great talking to you, man.
Yeah, man. It's great talking to you. So I make me go back now, me pick the days.
And you realize that your life was better, right? Simpler times back then, and you had a great childhood with a mother and father.
Oh, gosh, man. I have a great childhood, man. Even though me the kind
marble
of bad
and everything.
Yeah, me the kind of bad still, you know. Me never like school and school and go all Beaumont. You know Beaumont?
No, I don't know Beaumont, but guess what? I feel like everything happens for a reason because not everybody is book-minded. Some people have creative minds, and the world needs more people that are diverse. Representation matters.
Yeah. All right, Mama. Then I'm going to rush me now because I'm music news time and I still have your talk too.
All right. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, give thanks. Yes, the People's Court. That was invigorating, I must say. Definitely not. So we're going to start with the female names. Yes, female names. Why yell up all the sister them who stand up on the road and say them look forward to this part of the program every Thursday. So here we go now. Atia. Atia means gift. Gift. G-I-F-T. Gift. A-T-I-Y-A. Atia. Atwoki. Atwoki is A-T-W-O-O-K-I. Atwoki means she is beautiful. She is beautiful. Awina. A-W-E-N-A. Awina means gentle. Ashaki. A-S-H-A-K-I. Ashaki means beautiful. So that's Atia, A-T-I-Y-A means gift. Atwoki, A-T-W-O-O-K-I means she is beautiful. Awina, A-W-E-N-A, Awina means gentle. And Ashaki, A-S-H-A-K-I, Ashaki means beautiful. Male names. Bahati, B-A-H-A-T-I, Bahati means luck. Chinwe, C-H-I-N-W-E, Chinwe. Chinwe means belongs to God. Chioma, C-H-I-O-M-A, Chioma means one with good luck. one with good luck. And cheaper, CHIPO means gift. Gift. So that's Bahati, BAHATI, means luck. Chinwe, CHINW, Chinwe means belongs to God. Chioma, CHIOMA, Chioma means one with good luck. And cheaper, CHIPO means gift. That end the names, African names. Fatulia. All right, yes, here. Yes, take off your... Yes, here.
Yeah, man, it's one.
Your radio, brethren, your radio.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, but you turn off your radio.
All right, now move from the radio.
No, turn it off, man.
Hello, my class.
All right. You see, I keep up the time now. Yeah, keep up the time. You ready for talk? Am I bringing out a dog in night, you know? You cut him, all right. I was good, you know, I was, I cut him. I don't know. All right, ease up. Michael Rose. Long time I don't hear him at an album, you know. Yeah, long time I don't hear him at an album. Here we go. All right, so here we go again. Ill.
Yo, what go?
Stepping razor, why I say?
I want to talk to you about this. Yeah. Yeah, I want to talk to you about this reparations thing.
Yeah. Turn on.
Reparations, man. You see, I don't advantages of just becoming a republic. I don't see the advantages of becoming a republic and England owe so much money and we now go face.
So if we go about if we go a republic, we don't have nothing to get.
Yeah, I understand.
Well, that no wipe out we're going in our history. We becoming a republic, no wipe out we're going in our history.
No, you see, why what are the advantages of becoming a republic?
Well, you're self-rule, self-govern yourself. The constitution is made by you. You know, instead of the one where them was given by the colonial masters.
But you know, all right, Jamaican people,
self-determination.
All of that is important and good. So what we're going to forget about the £1 trillion?
No, we never say forget about me. You have said that and not me.
I have asked
you have been a republic, don't negate history. And history say them do something in history where reparation is necessary and important to really keep the thing sane.
Well, I think we should have really start a movement, a national movement towards getting the reparation.
Yeah, then them have movement I look, but them have things I look. But you remember just mention brother. Well,
no. Them have something coming.
Some have some what?
But we don't hear the government to make the move towards it.
Yeah, but the government, you have people in high levels of who can decide that. You know, you have people who is sitting in meetings from different parts of the islands, as we say, who come together occasionally and decide certain things and make the people, some of the people them like the England, what them call it, the Church of England and all them places, them yield to the reparation something, you know.
I know we yield, but we're not in it done. You understand? And I need our politics and talk about reparation. And don't wait till election.
No, but them never bring it up in an election. Why I say don't wait? Them never bring it up.
I know, but I mean, there's another election to come. You understand?
You mean 5 years' time, 4 years' time?
My point is right now. That
yeah, but people look about it, man. Not kind of hear about it. People look about it.
Yeah, but the people should be consulted because a lot of people you talk in the street don't know nothing about it.
No, not the street people. I talk about people who can deal with it on a level where certain people will listen, like the Church of England will listen, and certain people in our government in England will listen, and those cases.
Certain president has been set for reparations already.
All right, you know, we can't wait the whole on there. We can't go through this now because the time I go.
Right,
you have to call me back Wednesday night or something.
All right, go.
Yeah, all right, yes. Okay, so reparation is a strong point.
What? And now the details. Concern has been raised about police fatal shootings which could have been avoided had the suspects been properly detained. The matter was outlined in a special report from the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM. Speaking at a press briefing today, Assistant Commissioner Hamish Campbell outlined that INDECOM remains concerned about how planned police operations are conducted. Part of the concern stems from reports that in many instances, persons apprehended by the police reportedly got hold of a gun, resulting in them being shot dead by the cops.
A further feature which we've observed both last year and this year is the fact that the mission to control and secure the subject or person who is the subject of the warrant or inside the premises once the police officers have domination over that person. And this relates to the preventability and avoidability of fatal shootings in certain circumstances. Recent cases in 24 and 25 record from both police and civilian accounts that suspects have been apparently able to secure a firearm after they have been detained to threaten the officers, resulting in their deaths. This report provides two cases which are illustrative of a number of similar instances in which it is apparent that the suspect should have been detained by the use of handcuffs or plastic cuffs. Such fatalities in these cases are wholly preventable, and tactical equipment and options should make these deaths completely avoidable if the correct risk assessment and officer safety measures are implemented.
Mr. Campbell related as an example an incident in which the suspect was able to reportedly get a weapon from inside a car. He said the suspect should have been detained first and then the police searched the car.
Such incidents present a grave risk of harm to police officers who can quickly become vulnerable when dangerous suspects allegedly are so readily able to have free movement to apparently seize a firearm. We recommend that officers should have total control over the environment, and the suspect, who is already identified as dangerous, frequently wanted on a warrant and can be arrested immediately, should be detained. One similar example, which is also reported, is shown where officers attended a scene to arrest a suspect who was present. The subject permitted entry and was cooperative. Officers searched the house where other people were present. It is then reported the officers took him outside to search his vehicle, which was outside, and they provided the car keys to the prisoner, who was not detained and not disabled. The officers allowed the man reportedly to take the car keys, enter the car to look for correspondence, and during that it is reported the man removed a firearm from inside the car and he was then shot. The Commissioner's view is that that person was a completely avoidable death, as many are. Others are, which their person could have been detained properly because he was wanted on a warrant and then conduct the searches.
In comes Assistant Commissioner Hamish Campbell. He said this issue needs to be reviewed by the Police High Command. Police say two men who were suspects in the recent mass shooting incident in Commodore St. Catherine were killed in separate police operations today. Sunday's shooting left 5 dead and 4 wounded. Reports are that in the first incident today, which occurred shortly after 5 a.m., a joint police military team conducted an operation at Jewel's Estate in Bog Walk. Upon entering the premises, the team was allegedly confronted by a man armed with a rifle who pointed the weapon in the direction of the officers. The lawmen opened fire and the man was later pronounced dead. In a subsequent connected operation, another police team intercepted a vehicle in which several men were traveling along Grange Lane, also in St. Catherine. The occupants of the vehicle reportedly opened fire at the police. The gunfire was returned and 1 man was killed. Police say illegal firearms were seized, including an M16 rifle. Head of Area 5, Assistant Assistant Commissioner of Police Christopher Phillips says there will be several operations with the intent to arrest those involved in the shooting incident in Commodore. He added that there will be continued increase in police presence in the community and asked the residents for their support.
The investigations into what took place in Commodore is ongoing, and there are still information that I cannot divulge. But just to say that these two incidents are connected to that investigation, and we will have several other operations, with the intent to try and arrest some of these persons who are involved in that gruesome and awful incident in Commodore. I just want to appeal to the community, especially in the Linseed area. You might see increased police actions inside there that we want to enlist continued support in that community, and it might affect several other communities within the St. Catherine space. But just rest assured that the JCF will continue its investigation, and we appeal for the continued support of the public during this time as we seek justice for the victims.
Head of Area 5 ACP Christopher Phillips. Police have charged 7 of 25 persons arrested during a major police operation carried out this morning in St. Mary. Police also issued 184 traffic tickets as part of the intensified effort to crack down on criminal activity across the parish. The multi-pronged operation spanned several areas, including Charlestown, Baileysville, Belfield, and surrounding communities. In an update to RFM News, head of the St. Mary Police, Deputy Superintendent Anthony Wallace, noted that the operation formed part of a broader initiative to disrupt criminal activities and restore order across the parish.
25 persons were arrested. Of that, 7 have since been charged. 184 tickets were issued. As outlined, it was a multifaceted approach and with targeted operation right across the parish, and DCP points strategic locations right across the parish as well.
He added that residents should expect increased police presence across the parish as authorities aim to cauterize the situation.
Residents should expect increased police presence right across the parish. We're asking for their full cooperation. So operations of this nature will also continue as we aim to cauterize the situation and restore total normalcy to St. Mary. I want to say thanks to residents as well. We have been receiving tremendous support from them, and as such, St. Mary has been seeing significant success. We have recovered over 23 firearms so far since the start of the year, and the will continue.
Points out that the operations particularly target individuals believed to have migrated from other parishes to evade law enforcement. DSP Wallace reiterated that St. Mary will not be a safe haven for criminals.
St. Mary is not a safe haven, and wherever they are, we will find them and we will bring them to justice. We continue to work closely with our internal and external partners as we aim to bring all these perpetrators to justice.
Head of the St. Mary Police, DSP Anthony Wallace. A new group of police officers has been urged to uphold the integrity of their office and to approach tasks with discipline and professionalism. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang gave the charge at the passing out parade this afternoon. 293 new constables were graduated, having completed their training at the National Police College of Jamaica. The new officers are the first to be trained under the new competence-based curriculum, which allows them to graduate with a diploma in policing. They will earn an associate degree at the end of their probationary period. The National Security Minister urged them to commit themselves fully to service.
The charge to you as your minister: uphold the integrity of your office, the office of the constable. Respect the trust of the people. Commit yourself fully to service. Approach every task with discipline and professionalism. Never forget, your guardians of justice, protectors of dignity, and partners in peace. Your success will not only define the future of the Jamaica's Constabulary Force, it will help to shape the future of our country. Graduates, go forward with courage, go forward with conviction, and go forward with pride. The eyes of the nation are upon you, hopes of the people are with you, and the future of Jamaica depends on you.
Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang. Trade unions that represent public sector workers have been called to a general meeting with the Finance Ministry tomorrow. It's expected that the Finance Ministry will outline the government's position as it relates to the country's budget and wage negotiations. The meeting is set for 10 a.m. at the conference center. Representatives of all unions and bargaining units, including the main umbrella group, Jamaica Confederation of Trade Unions, are expected to attend. JCTU President St. Patrice Ennis said the Finance Ministry has implied that the government will be requesting that unions and, by extension, workers lower their expectations.
The meeting is not a meeting exclusively with the Confederation. It's a meeting with the trade union and the respective leadership of the workers of the public service. And the Ministry of Finance is having a general meeting with all the representatives, along with the leadership of the trade union or the labor movement regarding the public sector. And that will be held tomorrow at the conference center. And it is to, I believe, put into perspective what are the challenges facing the government, what are their expectations with respect to their fiscal policy papers, what is in arrear, and the general performance of our economy, and perhaps to lower expectations with the recommencement of our public sector negotiations. So I believe that the minister is going to sort of lower expectations with respect to the upcoming resumption of the negotiations, and that will be held with the broader public sector and the respective heads of the various organizations, trade unions / associations that represent these workers.
Mr. Ennis said the unions are of the view that the country's fiscal position is strong and they are open to discussions with the Finance Ministry.
The minister, as you know, is sort of continuing from where her predecessor left off with respect to many of the outstanding issues. And so she's still being briefed by her technocrats. But we understand what is being attempted. It is to lay the groundwork that, look, things are somewhat dire, and we must lower our expectations in terms of our ask. That is generally the trend, and our response on the surface is that that's not what we were told. We were told that the indicators are looking good, but we are here and we will engage you and we will talk, but we'll see where that process leads.
JCTU President St. Patrice Ennis. WPM Waste Management Limited has set out a number of options to be pursued to address the backlog in garbage collection in St. James. The agency has indicated that it is 3 weeks behind in collecting waste across the parish. 57 districts are in backlog. Today's meeting of the St. James Municipal Corporation was told that a minimum of 15 trucks are required to remove garbage from St. James. However, only 9 government units are in operation. 4 others are down due to mechanical problems. The service is being supplemented by 3 trucks from private owners. Community Relations Manager Sharon Williams said several challenges hampered the agency's operations.
We had mechanical issues. We operated with 9 units, 9 government units and 3 supplemental units. This was not enough to maintain the collection within the parish. Efforts were also impacted by the rainy weather conditions, especially during the afternoon. We still have concrete receptacles without gates. This would allow animals to gain easy access to the waste, thereby leaving the areas in a very bad condition. Of course, there are some areas that we still cannot access because of low-hanging tension and cable wires. And of course, illegal dumping would have our teams working additional hours to clear waste when we should have been in communities. Despite that, we had 57 districts in backlog, and we are working as best as we can to reduce same.
Community Relations Manager Sharon Williams. Meantime, Regional Operations Manager at WPM Waste Management Edward Muir said a 3rd shift has been implemented to ease the pileup of garbage.
But some of the things that we have put in place to start to clear the backlog as best as possible. We have instituted 3 shifts. We have a 6 to 2 shift, 2 to 10, and we have 3 night shifts in St. James. Also to note that we have started pulling units from neighboring parishes in order to effectively clean St. James, because we have seen a significant increase of waste being put out in St. James. Right? We have also seen an increase in travel waste. We have seen, coming to the parish council meeting this morning, we see a lot of waste being put out. Even though we have sweepers out, for example, Church Street, we have sweepers on the street, and we see some garbage still floating around. What I must report is that we have expedited some applications where persons have applied, sweepers, to come in and ensure that we clear those wastes as soon as possible.
He added that attempts are being made to get the garbage trucks with mechanical problems back in operation and also to improve conditions at the retirement disposal site.
Last year, we received some Shopman units in the region, and of those that we received, 3 of them are currently down. We have had a meeting this week with the supplier, and they have assured us that by next week, we should get back one in particular to deal with the downtown Montego Bay area, and the other 2 units, we'll be getting them in short order. Also, the disposal site up by retirement, the heavy rain, they have impacted the day-to-day operation. And I must say that we have all our equipment, they're up and running on the disposal site as we speak. But because of the terrain, most time the trucks go and they sink. So it starts to cause a delay at the disposal site. We have also put some drain system in place, and we have lifted the road also. So as soon as the rain passes, we will be doing some remedial work to ensure that the landfill goes back to how it normally is. We sort of had the site in a very good condition until the heavy rain, but we intend to put it back as soon as the rain ceases.
Regional Operations Manager at WPM Waste Management Limited, Edward Muir. Meantime, councillors for the St. James Municipal Corporation welcomed the plans by WPM Waste Management Limited to tackle the pile-up of garbage across the parish. They indicated that residents have been complaining about what one councillor described as a crisis, adding that they would monitor the latest efforts by the Waste Management Agency. Councillor for the Granville Division, Michael Troop, and Councillor for the Rose Hall Division, Anthony Murray, noted the impact on schools.
2 schools in my area, the garbage has been backlogged for weeks, and they keep calling me. The basic school, the entire division. Coupled with the rainfall, flies, rats, mangoes, name it. Have a field day. I am glad for a recommendation that they're going to go on a 3 shift.
Up to yesterday afternoon, my colleague principal reached out to me. The garbage at John Raleigh School is at an unbearable state. When I go through my entire division, all I can see is just garbage. The dogs are having fun. The cats are having fun.
Meantime, Deputy Mayor Dwight Crawford of the Spring Garden Division urged WPM to communicate with the residents.
Problems are a part of life. So when I see the issues that we're having, Mr. Mayor, by no means do I feel surprised. Trucks break down, things don't go right. It is a part of life. Problems are a part of life. I'd like to see solid waste treating the problems like they're more a part of your life. And by so saying, I mean, do some more forecasting. You know that the trucks break down before we see the garbage pile up. So then when you see the truck break down, you need to indicate to the residents of the communities who depend on those trucks that 2 of our units are down. So please hold your garbage for a day or 2 longer. Residents have a part to play. Communicate, create some kind of group with the residents. So when truck number 1 breakdown that services Bogue Village, you say, residents, we're going to be 2 days late. So please hold on to your garbage. I think that will help to kind of organize things a little bit better.
Councillor for the Spring Garden Division, Dwight Crawford. The Ministry of Culture and Entertainment has advanced the promulgation of the Entertainment, Cultural and Creative Economy Act to safeguard the rights and interests of creatives. The announcement was made in Parliament by Portfolio Minister Olivia Grange as she presented the Green Paper policy, which is a 10-year plan to develop the entertainment and creative industry. Ms. Grange noted that the legislation will assist in formalizing the industry.
We're also advancing the promulgation of an Entertainment, Culture and Creative Economy Act. This crucial legislation will streamline government engagement with the sector, safeguard the rights and interests of creatives, encourage private sector collaboration, and incentivize the sector. It will enable us to formalize the industry, measure, monitor, and value its contribution, and ensure policies remain adaptive to technological, economic, and social trends.
The minister also underscored that she intends to institute a disaster risk management strategy.
Another important feature is also the intention to fully institute a robust disaster risk management strategy that ensures we are responsive to the increasing effects of climate change.
Minister of Culture and Entertainment, Olivia Grange. And with that story, we have come to the end of the local news, brought to you by Old MacDonald Farms, the king of sausage.
The time on IRI FM is
7 minutes after 6. You're listening to Live at 5:45. Still to come, our Caribbean and sports. But first, here's the weather.
A trough is across Jamaica. It is expected to remain throughout tonight. An upper-level trough is then projected to enter the Western Caribbean on Friday, bringing unstable weather conditions across the region, including Jamaica, through the weekend. Also, a tropical wave is expected to move across the island Friday evening. Tonight will be partly cloudy. Tomorrow morning, expect mainly sunny conditions, and tomorrow afternoon and evening, we'll see widely scattered showers and thunderstorms across sections of most parishes.
It's now time for Hurricane Tips, brought to you by Grace Kennedy. Make a good move today. People who live in countries prone to hurricanes need to always consider where and how they build their homes. If you have a choice, it is important to select the safest site. Large exposed level areas, whether high or low, are less protected than hill slopes. Although the top of a hill may have the best view, it is the least protected. It is better to build into the slope. River valleys or other sloped valleys should always be avoided. These act as funnels for the wind and build up its speed. Persons must be particularly careful not to build in places where the house will be exposed to floods or fast-flowing water, or where the foundation of the house can be washed away by storm water. For Hurricane Tips, I am Patrice Walters. We now bring you our Caribbean, some of the stories making the headlines from across the region.
The number of children forced from their homes in Haiti has nearly doubled in the past year, with 680,000 now displaced by escalating violence, according to a new UNICEF Child Alert report released this week. The report paints a grim picture of Haiti's worsening humanitarian crisis, revealing that 3.3 million children, the highest figure ever recorded, now require humanitarian assistance. Cases of acute malnutrition, child recruitment by armed groups, and gender-based violence are all on the rise. UNICEF's Executive Director Catherine Russell said that children in Haiti are being displaced at a distressing pace and scale. Caribbean National Weekly reports that armed gangs now control more than 85% of Port-au-Prince, as well as key roads, cutting off families from food, healthcare, and other essentials. The report revealed that more than 2.7 million people, including 1.6 million women and children, are believed to be living under gang control. In Port-au-Prince and nearby areas, over 1,600 schools have been forced to close, while 25 have been occupied by gangs, turning classrooms into battlegrounds and shelters. In the Bahamas, opposition leader Michael Pintard on Wednesday questioned the government's decision to enter a loan to construct a $267 million specialty hospital in New Providence, when it has failed to address critical issues at the existing Princess Margaret Hospital PMH and throughout the country's healthcare sector. Pintard pointed to issues plaguing PMH, including structural faults and understaffing. He stated that the public health system is short close to 400 nurses. He also highlighted that they have not been able to put in required equipment, hence a shortage, particularly in diagnostic services. The Nassau Guardian reports that along with maternal and pediatric wards, the 200-bed hospital will feature diagnostics, lab facilities, infectious disease isolation units, and green spaces for holistic healing. The government is borrowing $195 million from the China Export-Import Bank to fund the new hospital. The remaining $72+ million will be funded locally or internationally by the Ministry of Finance. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Michael Darville previously announced. Last month, Managing Director of the Public Hospitals Authority, PHA, Aubinet Roll, revealed that overtime for public healthcare workers has risen due to understaffing following the discontinuation of the government's Cuban partnerships. Roll said the government was seeking to recruit workers from abroad. Finally, Trinidad and Tobago has officially been granted an Office of Foreign Assets Control, OFAC, license from the United States Treasury Department to pursue the development of the Dragon Gas project, according to Attorney General John Jeremy. According to Trinidad Express, he made the announcement about the cross-border project with Venezuela at the Office of the Attorney General and Legal Affairs. Jeremy said the OFAC license was granted following a request filed on May 19 by the United National Congress government. Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesa last week indicated that the OFAC license was expected soon. She reminded the media that U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio had approved the license, though no specific time frame for the issuance had been given. She highlighted that it is one step in a two-step process, noting that the second step would be a license with Venezuela. The Prime Minister further underscored that a 30-year license from Venezuela was held prior, but given recent developments, further negotiations are required. For Our Caribbean, I am Marlene Freeman.
We now bring you Entertainment Spotlight.
In Entertainment Spotlight, reggae artist Chronix has revealed the official tracklist for his long-awaited sophomore album, Exile, marking his first full-length release since 2017's Chronology. The 17-track project, set for release very soon, includes titles such as Exile, Survivor, and I Know What You Feeling, and is already generating major buzz among reggae fans worldwide. Chronix first announced the album during his electrifying headlining set at Reggae Land in the UK this past August, where he performed several of the upcoming tracks to a crowd of more than 30,000 fans. The moment ignited fresh excitement for the artist's long-anticipated return, especially after months of online speculation following his scripted social media teasers back in June. Since his Grammy-nominated debut Chronology, which sold over 100,000 units in the US and spent more than 40 weeks on the iTunes Reggae Top 10 chart, Chronix has remained relatively low-key, occasionally surfacing with collaborations and spiritual reflections that hinted at deeper creative evolution. Exile, from all appearances, captured that next phase. Early performances of songs like Market and Resilience suggest a blend of roots-conscious lyrics and modern experiments, along with his signature balance of message and melody. For Entertainment Spotlight, I'm Courtney Mack.
And to end this segment off live at 5:45, here's a recap of some of the main points of the local news. Indicom concerned about police fatal shootings which could have been avoided had suspects been properly detained. New police graduates urged to uphold integrity and approach tasks with discipline and professionalism. And two men who were suspects in mass shooting incident in Commodore St. Catherine killed in separate police operations today. And that's the wrap on this segment of Live at 5:45. Sports is next. I'm Patrice Walters. Good evening.
Montego Bay. For the hottest breads, buns, bullas, visit Time and Patience Bakery, 44 Railway Lane and 6 Bonnet Lane, Montego Bay. A courteous and efficient staff awaits you. The Time by Time and Patience Bakery. Telephone 979-3660 is
16 minutes past 6.
Live at 5:45.
Live at 5:45.
Comprehensive coverage of the news, sports and entertainment of the day on IRI FM, the leader in radio in Jamaica. Up to the minute, accurate and non-aligned news package plus weather, special features and entertainment. Live at 5:45.
Good evening, I am Wade Brown with Sports in Live at 5:45. The Sportscast is brought to you by Lismel Pharmacy, with you in mind every time.
Get your prescriptions filled stress-free at Lismel Pharmacy, conveniently located close to the St. Anne's Bay Hospital and Health Center. We stock most prescription items and take all major health cards. Lismel Pharmacy, Sunset Boulevard Plaza, 43 Main Street, St. Anne's Bay. Telephone 972-2504.